6:45 is the time right now. D.C. is getting ready for a big week of celebrations as America marks its 250th anniversary. We're talking about fairs, flyovers, and fireworks. More than 1 million people are expected to descend on the National Mall, and with hotel bookings soaring and transportation hubs expected to be packed to the gills, security is top of mind. All right, this morning, federal officials are sounding the alarm about a less than talked about threat with these large-scale celebrations, the very real threat of human trafficking.
The Department of Homeland Security wants you to know the warning signs and how to safely report suspicious activity, which is central to their Blue campaign for public awareness. Joining us now is the Blue campaign unit chief, Brandy Bynum. Good to have you with us this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, for perspective, what is it about these large-scale public events that are really attractive to potential traffickers, and what should families and attendees do to stay safe?
So you mentioned the Great American State Fair, which we're going to have a booth at today. So after I get off with you guys, I'm going to head downtown in DC. And you mentioned the large amount of people that are going to be attending the fair. We also have the FIFA World Cup. I went down there to scope the land last week with some colleagues, and they have a FIFA World Cup watch party that's happening right in behind the fair. So when you have all of these people in one place at one time, there's more people that staying at hotels, more people that are eating at restaurants, more people that are taking transportation, especially here in the DMV with our metro or with the bus, ride shares. And when that happens and economics, go up, then people aren't on their P's and Q's. We're coming to have a good time, eat some good food, hang out with our friends. And so you're not really looking to look at suspicious activity. And so when that happens, traffickers come in, they play on vulnerabilities, they groom their victims, and then they get them into these situations that they never thought they'd be in. And so when individuals of the public are going to events like these, we want their head to be on a swivel. We want people to have a good time and not live in fear, but we also want people to look out for people who may look disheveled or not be dressed appropriately, people who look like they're being controlled by other individuals. A big one is if I'm standing in line for food, if somebody has possession of somebody's personal identification, like a license or a passport, especially with FIFA World Cup, where we have millions of people coming here across our 11 host cities coming to enjoy the games. Other physical attributes could be someone who shows different signs of bruising. That could be a sign that they're being abused. So those are a couple of things we want people to look out for.
All right, real quick, what are some challenges you face when it comes to misinformation and some common misconceptions about human trafficking?
A big one is people still don't think that human trafficking is happening here in the United States. They think it's an overseas problem. So I want people to know that it is happening every day in our big cities, our small cities, our rural areas. Also, human trafficking isn't just sex trafficking. It's easier to spot just because of the different indicators. But across the world, labor trafficking is actually more prevalent, including here in the United States. And then the third one I want people to know, it doesn't just happen to women and girls. It also happens to men and boys.
Okay, if someone sees something concerning, how do you report it in the safest way?
Absolutely. We want you to call the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Their number is 1-888-373-7888. And we also encourage people to go to our free website, bluecampaign.gov.
All right, Brandy Bynum, thank you for your time. Brandy Bynum is with Blue Campaign. She is a unit chief. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.